So I'm going to go over threes today. Something you'll hear a lot from tarot readers is third party situation. Any of the threes can indicate a third party situation. Third parties often means that somebody's cheating. It's when you have that Two of Cups situation and then another person comes in. But third party can also refer to a meddling family member. A three is a natural result of a two. So when you have a Two of Cups, a two moment, it's normal to have something be born of that, which is the third energy. Sometimes it's harmonious, sometimes it's not. I'm going to go over that first because I have seen third-party situations come out in every single suit of the threes. And I'll tell you where you most frequently see it as the Three of Swords, because this card literally means heartbreak. So this card is heartbreak, and it's most specifically all three people who are experiencing the heartbreak, all of them are hurt by what happens. Whatever happens is devastating to all people involved. It's not like, somebody came in and ruined a marriage and then their relationship goes on or something like that. This is a collapse, a destruction. It is a very painful thing that happens. The good news is this is a minor arcana experience. You will get over this heartbreak if you have this card. You will feel the pain and then you will heal, grow, and move on. But, there are swords piercing this heart. Remember that swords are communication, they are truth, they are clarity. So this always speaks to a cheating situation where the cheating has come to light. The secret is out. The cat is out of the bag, okay? If you have a situation where the cat is not out of the bag, but some impropriety has happened, sometimes you get the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups can mean a situation where somebody maybe drank too much and maybe kissed somebody they shouldn't have kissed. It was an impropriety. It was an overindulgence. Because the Three of Cups can mean overindulgence. But the Three of Cups can also mean any kind of joyful, emotional, romantic, or just like friendship gathering that's like a ton of fun for everyone involved. So like if, you have these old besties and you all go out together and you have a great time, that's a Three of Cups moment. But just so you know, yes, I have seen the Three of Cups represent cheating. When it does represent cheating, it is not normally an ongoing situation of cheating. And it's also usually still a secret, cat not out of the bag. And it's very frequently a one-time thing. Okay. So let's talk about the Three of Wands. In the Three of Wands, he is waiting for his ships to come in. So you remember in the Two of Wands, he had his hand on one of those wands. He was looking out and he was looking at the world and he was thinking about his plan. Well, this part of the journey in the wands, remember twos will naturally lead to threes. He is now waiting to get the materials he needs in order to make that plan happen. If you notice, he's still on top of the world. Remember, he was in a castle with the Two of Wands. Well, he's still up here on top of the world. He's still got his hand on one wand, holding on to it. That symbolizes passion, satisfaction. He is just waiting for his ships to come in. This can also refer to a third-party situation, but when it refers to a sort of third-party situation when it comes up as the Three of Wands, it means somebody has their eye on somebody else. This is usually an infidelity that is being thought about, but hasn't happened yet. It could easily turn into the Three of Cups, and it could, from that point, turn into the Three of Swords. Okay, so now the Three of Pentacles is sort of a confusing card to me. I was always taught when I was younger that this card meant applying for jobs. It meant working together with others. There are three people in this card You can see one of them has like polka dots and like a long hat and is in sort of a goofy attire. One of them looks sort of like a priest or like some religious figure. And this guy, he looks like the actual worker. They're three people from very different backgrounds coming together and working together. And I was always taught and always received the symbology that this was about that kind of thing, and also job application. However, I do see this card pop up in third-party situations. I do see this card pop up when people are concerned about somebody who's dating other people, that kind of thing. So I would also say that this is a situation maybe where all of the threes really could speak to that, but don't speak to that completely on their own. So yeah, sometimes this comes up as just working together. I see it most frequently as that. But like I said, I've seen every single three cards pop up when there was a concern about fidelity or cheating. Every single one. So it can happen. It's not just the Three of Swords. All right, let's do a three reading, okay? Let's do a reading where let's say the Three of Swords is a major concern, because heartbreak is a main reason why people will consult the tarot. It's probably one of the more common reasons. Romance in general, wanting to know how other people feel, is a reason people consult the tarot. It's not the most superior reason. Of course, I've told you the most superior thing is to explore your own thoughts and feelings and to get to know yourself. You know yourself and you can't go wrong. But I don't believe in discouraging anybody from doing anything that they want to do. Whatever it is that you feel called to do, you should absolutely seek that out. It is never worthwhile for you to thwart any desire that you have. Don't push it down, okay? Bring it up and face it. Make a choice about it. All right, so we're going to go over one way we might approach the Three of Swords. So remember, there are three people involved, or three forces involved. There are three things involved that are causing a tremendous amount of heartbreak. It is a stormy situation. All three people are harmed in this situation. So let's get an idea of who are the players in our Three of Swords moment that we are actually getting a reading on right now. So we're getting a reading on the Three of Swords moment for somebody out there. Let's get a reading for a Three of Swords moment for somebody out there. Somebody out there is having a Three of Swords moment. This is their reading. Maybe it's your reading. What's your Three of Swords moment? Think about it. Put your mind on it. And we'll see if this resonates for you. Okay, so first thing we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that's our first card. It's the first energy in our three energies. What about our second? Ooh, two came out. We got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, King of Pentacles, frequently a guy, really good guy, really solid, has a lot of money, sometimes owns a business, is a father figure, can have a big family that he takes care of. Ten of Pentacles, legacy, heritage, passing things along to your children, taking care of pets, elderly, children, taking care of everybody. What's our third energy? We have our first and our second. So our third energy. We got the Page of Wands. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that we have two court cards, which I've told you in previous readings, previous lessons, that court cards very frequently refer to people. You have a Page of Wands against the King of Pentacles. Just take a look at this. Who do you think would win in a fight? If you said the King of Pentacles, I'm with you. A king always trumps a page. A page, remember, is the baby of the deck, just starting out, just learning. A lot of times they refer to actual children. Where they don't refer to actual children, they refer to an immature person, a younger person, a person who's much younger than you. They can refer to the beginning of something. Page of Wands could be the beginning of something passionate. Okay, so right here we have a passionate beginning or a young person. And then we have somebody very established, and the cards wanted to let us know that this person was very established by showing us that he already has his 10 pentacles. So the 10 pentacles is like the finality of the pentacles, okay? Pentacles are money, remember? Money, security, wealth, job, career, that kind of stuff. When you've got 10 of them, you have it all, baby. You got it going on. You got your 10 pentacles. All I really want out of life is I want 10 pentacles and I want 10 cups. And that's what I want. 10 pentacles and 10 cups. All right. So this guy really has a lot going on. It looks like in between these two people, who I do think are people, I'm feeling that from the cards, okay? That's part of what you're doing here is you're feeling along which way to go. In between them, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune symbolizes fate, karma, destiny. Also, the Wheel of Fortune is the same thing as a chakra. In yoga, chakras are wheels, they spin, except don't think of it as being flat. Think of it as being more like a ball. It's like a spinny ball. You can think of it as a planet. It turns and turns and turns and brings everything into it and spits everything out. You can think of it that way. Fortune is constantly spinning. It's a force that, you know, you're either under it or on top of it. It's turning and turning and turning and spinning. And like I said, I think of it less as being a two-dimensional wheel that you might be under or on top of, and more like a ball that's spinning that you're sort of balancing on or getting sucked into or pushed off of. Okay, so normally the Wheel of Fortune in the upright like that is it's just showing you that fate has brought these two together. And the Wheel of Fortune came up in the center right over our Three of Swords. So I'm thinking that this is referring to the Three of Swords moment being a fated event. So what was the Three of Swords moment? Let's ask, what is the challenge between our King of Pentacles and our Page of Wands? What is the challenge between them? I'm going to put one card in the upright. Oh, it's a Queen of Swords. It's another person. Remember we said Three of Swords is normally 3 people get hurt. I thought another court card might come out. The Queen of Swords has come out. All right, so the Queen of Swords, we've been over her before. She sometimes symbolizes an ex. She's so, like if it's an ex that's important to the querent. She also has the energy of being able to say exactly what she thinks. She wants people to communicate with her. She's like, come to me. You can see she's waving her hand here. Come to me. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. She's not afraid to cut you with her sword if she has to, but she's not ruthless. The Queen of Swords is not ruthless unless she's this way. Then she might be the more ruthless aspect. She's a queen. She's not a knight. The knight is much more frequently ruthless with his words, with his truth. She wants to hear the truth. The King of Swords wants to speak the truth, and she really wants to hear it, okay? So let's go over what is the challenge here. Let's go over the challenge. So what we're doing is we're just putting the story together. That's how I read tarot cards. I know what these individual ideas mean, and then I sort of bring them together, and that's how you do it. Okay, so the challenge is the Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot is, I don't think I've talked too much about the Chariot, but what the Chariot is it's the Chariot, here's the Charioteer, okay? And the card is called the Chariot though, so the actual vehicle, okay? You can't actually see the reins to this vehicle because they are invisible. They are actually spiritual reins. They are reins that are created by his thoughts, actions, ideas, intentions, focused thought. What he does, the Chariot, is he holds these two sphinxes. They are two opposite ideas. Now remember, he's not holding them physically, he's holding them spiritually. And as they try to move in opposite directions, because they do, they are black and white and they will move in opposite directions, his attention to them, right, brings them together and actually propels his chariot forward. So it is a means of driving yourself forward. When you take two opposite ideas and the tension that is created by those opposite ideas pushes you forward, that is the chariot, and that is being the charioteer, okay? So you can also think of this as like, tension on a string produces music. It's using tension to create something good. That is the challenge here between these two. So here's what I'm thinking this could mean. There's a lot of different ways this could play out. But this is definitely a strong, fatherly, secure, older man, a tension between that kind of person who has made his way in the world, and a Page of Wands, a young, immature. Also, wands are the most fleeting, the quickest and most easily burnt out suit of the whole deck. So you have these two, there's some kind of problem. These could be a father and a son, but I'm not leaning towards that because they're actually of different suits, okay? So it seems like they're different people. In the center, you have the Queen of Swords. You have somebody who wants to hear the truth. You have a need to balance these opposing forces. Maybe this older, wise energy and this young fire energy, in order to move forward and take yourself out of the heartbreak. And this is a fated event. All right, so that's interesting. I'd like to kind of hear more about the Page of Wands. Anytime you want to know more about one area, you feel like it's imbalanced or you don't understand why it's there, go in and I'll say, why is the Page of Wands here? Why is the Page of Wands here? Who is this Page of Wands? That's another thing I'll say. Okay. Oh, and we got Ace of Wands. So again, it's pointing me to this fiery, passionate beginning of something. So whoever this reading is for, you're needing to balance something very new, very passionate in your life with something very old and very established. I don't want to say old in a bad way. I'm going to say not like old, like, like falling away or becoming useless, but very highly established in your life. And the cards are showing that by giving us opposites here. We have total opposites, because here you have the very first card in the fire energy, which is the most fleeting energy. You have the very first one, and then you have the Page, right, who's the youngest of the court cards, against the very last card and the most established energy, and the King, who is the, most established of the Pentacle suit, which is the most established suit. It's the, the wealth, security. If you were thinking about time, Pentacles would denote years or decades. This is like long-standing stuff. This is like quick stuff, and this is like long stuff. So there is a need for you to balance these opposites. These are clearly opposites. You have a need to do that in order to transcend your pain. This is pain. I don't feel that this is necessarily cheating pain in this situation. I don't really see anything that points to an infidelity. The reason why I say that is I don't see the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here being split apart. I don't see, those are the couples. I don't see the Empress and the Emperor. I don't see couples in an issue with somebody coming in. I don't see that. I see basically like a young energy and an old energy. But in order to escape that pain, you need to be willing to hear the truth, because that's mainly the Queen of Swords' best trait, is that she can handle the truth. She wants to hear it. She needs to hear it. She's willing to hear it. She's ready to hear it. And you need to balance these two against each other to deliver you. And the Wheel of Fortune, I think, is just here because this is a fated event. But I'm going to go ahead and do a clarifier. And here's another thing you can do if you have another deck and you don't need another deck. You can do all your tarot card readings from one deck. But I absolutely love this deck. As you know, I love the Light Seer deck. It's beautiful. I'm going to ask for a clarifier on this deck. You can do a clarifier with the same deck too. I'm just feeling that I want to use this deck. And what I like about this deck is it's smaller than the other one, so I use it to clarify because it can kind of sit on top of the card without, you know, erasing the card. Oh, Four of Cups. All right, so I have not talked about the Four of Cups, but the Four of Cups, you can see in this deck, it looks like this. In the Rider-Waite, it looks like a man who's sitting under a tree. She's actually sitting under a tree also. I just noticed that. And he's got 3 cups out in front of him, just like she does. He's got 3 cups. And actually, a 4th cup is being offered by like an invisible hand, right? So it's almost like an ace, right? So the aces often are brought forth by an invisible hand. The 4th cup is being brought forth by an invisible hand, and he's just not interested in it. And the card represents apathy. It represents a state of mind where you don't want to drink what's right in front of you. You don't even want what the divine has to offer. Like, nothing is satisfying to a state of apathy. Okay, so why did we get that on the Wheel of Fortune? That is very interesting. Oh, hello, kitty. That's Mishna. Hopefully she won't sit on my cards. I really don't like it when she does that. Why did we get the Four of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune? All right, again, so fate, destiny, okay, apathy. Are we fated to have, were we fated to have a moment of apathy? Was that fated? Are we fated to feel like to feel like nothing's good enough? Let's get another card. Why is the Four of Cups paired with the Wheel of Fortune? Is this depression? It could speak to depression. The Four of Cups could speak to depression, and the Wheel of Fortune makes it seem like it's a more serious type of apathy. Like maybe this is to escape a depression. We also have heartbreak here. I'm leaning towards depression. I'm leaning towards this reading being about somebody escaping a depressive state by being willing to hear the truth and balancing the old and the new in their life to propel them forward. But I'm going to get one more card, I think, as an outcome. Let me go back to Rider-Waite. Thanks, Mishna. So let's go back to the Rider-Waite. Rather than get an outcome, ooh. Oh, did you see what flipped over? It flipped back over, so it's just letting me know I got a 5 of Swords. You know, I did a whole video on the 5 of Swords because that card was driving me crazy. Still drives me crazy, that card. I don't like the 5 of Swords. Tells me that something petty is going on. Some kind of fight. That's what it's telling me. So I am feeling like there's some kind of loopy. The 5 of Swords, remember, is a loop of winning and losing. Wanting to humiliate your opponent. Having a pointless victory. Fighting people that really you should be working harmoniously with. Maybe that's what's creating this apathy, or maybe the apathy causes that. We need to learn how to be harmonious. You know, we need to learn how to harmonize these two energies. Let's look at the advice. What is the advice? I do advice cards to sort of wrap it up. Oh, advice is the King of Cups. So when you're thinking about how to get advice from a card, look at the qualities of the card and see it as that the cards are saying to you, well, try to bring more of that kind of energy into your life. If the card is like a really negative card, and it's in the advice position, the cards might be asking you to warning you against that kind of energy, or it can be different depending on the card. But with the King of Cups in the advice position, that means to be more like him. So the King of Cups will let love rule. The King of Cups is no wussy. He also, he is a very calm person in a very tumultuous environment. He has a lot to offer. He's very compassionate. He has control of his emotions, and he's selective about who he offers his cup to. He is married to probably one of the most beautiful, sensitive, kind, and compassionate women in the tarot, the Queen of Cups. And he is very devoted to her. So the King of Cups lets love rule his life. He is calm, compassionate. The King of Cups would, if you came to him and you were hurting, he would offer you comfort. So that's our advice, and that's the reading that we got. That was an interesting, not really what I expected from a Three of Swords reading, but it's never, the best readings are the ones that you didn't expect. If you expect it, you're just kind of sitting in your own thoughts, and the whole reason we do tarot is to expand our minds. So that's it for this video.